Hi, this is GP here again with my latest session on the DILR Jugaad, and I hope you are finding the session useful and able to implement what I am suggesting in the CDCs. Okay, so let's look at the latest one. Today we are picking up another set from an old CAT paper and one of the more difficult ones. चलो करके देखते हैं एक बार, ठीक है? But before we start, I hope you are aware of this. Race to 99 percentile. The next session is on 2nd and 3rd August. Scan and enroll for this or register for this. Okay, and what we will cover is again in DI we will talk about more and more ways of doing these data sets. How should you pick up sets, etc., etc., Jugaad, etc. What are the various ways of handling it? In quant, again, similarly, we'll be looking at what are the various ways of solving questions. The Jugaad solutions of quant or the Jugaad technique of quant or Jugaad problem-solving approach of quant is what we'll be discussing in detail. And here we'll discuss what are the principles, how you should solve which type of question, which are the questions you should not worry about putting a Jugaad, which are the question which are those question types जिसमें Jugaad लग जाता है, and which are the questions you should definitely be attempting or not attempting. Similarly, if you look at the verbal part, we'll be looking at techniques for elimination of choices. And especially, I'm sure many of you struggle. यार दो तो निकल जाती है, दो में फंस जाते हैं. How to handle those kind of questions? Okay, so the idea is that we should be able to give you in this set of sessions a comprehensive overview of how the paper should be handled. What are the Jugaad techniques? And remember, Jugaad techniques are there in all three sections: DILR, quant, as well as verbal. So Jugaad techniques are there in all three of them. You should be able to apply. And what is Jugaad? Again, I'll repeat: problem-solving approach, elimination techniques, and so on and so forth. So scan the QR code, register for the session, and yes, there will be exercise for the session which we expect you to solve before you come for the session. चलो आगे चलते हैं. Okay, and very quickly, जिन्होंने अब तक मैं session attend नहीं किया है, very quickly for them, we are looking at the second section of CAT, which in CAT 25 and 24, and there's the expected pattern for CAT 25. CAT 24 was DILR 22 question in 14 minutes, and this is what we expect in CAT 25 also. Hence, I've written CAT exam pattern for 25. It is the expected pattern. Okay, these two sections are not being covered today, or are not being covered in this series rather. Okay, चलो आगे चलते हैं. Let's look at what is it about DILR. One of the important things to remember about DILR is that 50% attempt is a very good, 50% score is a very good score. If you get a score of 50%, then you are typically between 97 to 99.5 percentile, depending on level of difficulty of paper. In an easy paper, you'll still be 97.5 percentile. In a difficult paper, you are likely to be 99.5 percentile at 50% marks. Okay. Now, just if you look at the last 5 papers of CAT, okay. CAT 2020 had 24 questions of 72 marks. 50% will be 36 marks, which will be above 99 percentile. Okay, where 99 was 35. Similarly, if you look at CAT 21, 22, 23, this is 60 mark paper. So 30 marks would be 99%, would be 50% marks. So 30 marks would be, yeah. In CAT 21, 30 marks would have been about 97.5 percentile, or maybe up to 98 percentile. In CAT 22, 30 marks would have been 99 plus. CAT 23, it would have CAT 23. This 30 marks would have been somewhere around 99.4, 99.3 percentile, 99.4 plus percentile. And if you look at CAT 24, 22 mark paper, 66 marks, 22 question paper with 66 marks, and 33 marks would be here. Again, something around 97, 97.5 percentile. So just to remember, your job is to pick up the right sets of data, ensure you get at least 50% marks. What you get beyond that is bonus. And where does Jugaad help you? It allows you to do at least one extra set in the paper. The Jugaad technique allows you to do the question or the data set in a shorter span of time. What would normally take you 10, 12, 15 minutes, you can do in 5 to 7 months, and you save sufficient amount of time to be able to do one extra set of data, and which allows you to go from a 97, 98 to a 99.5 plus. Okay. Chalo, aage chalte hain. And very, very quickly, something which I keep reminding all of you, yeah, Jugaad is not a shortcut. Okay, it's a problem-solving approach. It's a way of dealing with questions. It's a problem-solving approach which forces you, which asks you to look at all available information. Your job is to look at all available information. Unfortunately, most students ignore the information in many places and hence struggle. Okay, Jugaad ka focus is not on solving the Jugaad ka focus is not on filling the table. This is another problem which I find with many students. वो table भरते रह जाते हैं, सवाल solve नहीं करते हैं. Your job is to focus on solving the question, or you fill the table in a way so that you can solve the question, which means you look at the question and say, okay, what do I need to do with the table? Unfortunately, most people, they start making the table, complete the table, and then go to the question, which is a stupid way of doing the question. So you use all available information, look at what the question is asking for, and create a table based on what the question needs, rather than doing it ab initio, filling the table, and then looking at the question. Okay, that's a stupid way of doing it. Chalo. And this will be very, very clearly visible in this set which I have picked up for today. And I'm again reminding you, this is considered by many as possibly the most difficult data set of CAD since 2015. Okay. Chalo. What is the let's say our tactical guide? How do we go about doing it? We follow this DILR technique only. Data to be or the decipher, identify, layout, and resolve. So this is what we mean by DILR. First, the basic information given. The basic information just given, you decipher that information. That case, that information, that paragraph which is given, पढ़ के समझ तो लो क्या कह रहा है. Because if you don't understand it at all, फिर तो कोई फायदा ही नहीं है. पहले उसको समझना होगा. You have to understand it. Then you go to the next step, which is called identify. What do you identify? You identify the information in the questions. So questions have lots of information which you need to identify. You identify what is it that your question is asking you to do. You identify what is the information extra given in the question, which will help you solve the question. Now, based on the decipherment and the identification of what the question wants me to do, what is the extra information available, I decide I have to do the layout. I have to do the layouting, which means tabulate the data. Make the table, whatever it is, but keeping in mind what is the question asking me to do. And once you have tabulated that, then use this all. Using the information given the question, using the information given the clues, and the tabulation which you have done, use this all. You just answer the question. So, बहुत simple process है. But remember, it is decipher, identify. Identify is the part most students miss, and I'll keep harping on this. कि ये सबसे जरूरी step है. Okay. चलो. And I hope you have downloaded the exercise which we are going to do today. If you have not, please download. Please don't watch the session. If you have not downloaded the exercise, please scan this QR code. You'll go to OpenCAD. In OpenCAD, you will have this particular link where this GP ka Jugaad wala link mil jayega. If you scan this QR code, you'll straight away go there. Out there, you'll find all the earlier sessions, the PDF of the session, and the video of the session. Okay. Similarly, for this particular session, this is session number 10. Okay. For this, you will get the PDF. Download the PDF. Solve it yourself. तब मेरे session में आओ. बिना solve करे, if you are coming to my session, you will not have good learning. Your learning happens when you do it yourself also. So do it. जितना solve हुआ ठीक है, नहीं हुआ कोई बात नहीं. Come here, watch the session, and then you can learn as to how to go about doing it. Okay? Now, the earlier session which you have missed, the same process. Supposing you did not do these sessions, you missed these sessions. Do the same process. Download the exercise, solve it, then go and watch the video. Download the exercise, solve, watch the video. So don't watch the video till you have solved the set yourself. Okay? Chalo. Now, assuming तुम सब solve करके बैठे हो, पहला ये देखते हैं CAT 2018 plot 1. बहुत famous set है petrol pump वाला. Okay? Let's read. Let's decipher first. Okay? What does it say? Fuel contamination level at each of the 20 petrol pumps P1 to P20 were recorded as either high, medium, or low. So, 20 pumps, the fuel contamination level was evaluated. It was either high, medium, or low. Okay. Now, what is it that the question will ask us? What come information? This all it will say is find out which pump has high, which is medium, which is low. यही पूछेगा ना? Okay. Now, your choice whether you want to read this information now or not does not matter. But okay, but you need to decide whether you would. Okay, I will normally leave it, but अभी देख लेते हैं क्योंकि the information is not high. Contamination levels of pumps among P1 to P5 was of 3 pumps between P1 to P5 was high. P6 is the only pump between P1 to P10 which is low. So what is given for some pumps, high, medium, low information is given. Okay, so I'm not going to read it now. I normally don't read the complete thing initially. This part, this was important for me because this tells me what is the basic information. The rules of the game is given here, and here the specifics are given, and those specifics I'll use when I do make the table. What kind of table will be required? I don't think it should be difficult. P1, P2, P3 up to P20, and for each of them I'll have to put high, medium or low. So I need to write down the fuel contamination level for each of the. Okay, so ये table बनेगा, इसमें हर एक में high, medium, low आ सकता है. That's the kind of table we will have to make. Okay. Now this is a decipherment part. Okay. Now once we have deciphered, what we should do, we should identify. But जब हम regular काम करते हैं, हम तो identify नहीं करते. What do? We start solving. चलो हमने टेबल बना दिया, अब करते हैं इसको. Now this is the way most people solve the data set, and I want to show the contrast between our approach and the way most of you solve. Okay. What does it say? Contamination levels at 3 pumps among P1 to P5 was recorded as high. Okay. So P1 to P5, these are the ones. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It says out here there are 3 high. Okay. Contamination level is high for 3 of the pumps. P6 is the only pump among P1 to P10 where the contamination level was recorded as low. Okay. So P6 is the only one which is low. Every from P1 to P10. So till P10, only one pump is recorded as low. Okay. So I write it down here. P1 to 10. Only P6 is equal to P6 is low. Okay. Now, what does that mean? Look at this. P1 to P5, 3 highs, the 2 other should be medium. Okay. Because P1 to P10, you can only have P6 as low. And what does this mean for P7 to P10? Again, they will be medium or high. Okay. Statement C, P6 and P7 and P8 are the only 2 consecutively numbered pumps where the same level of contamination was recorded. Only P7, P8 are the 2 consecutive pumps where same level of contamination is recorded. Every other place, if there's a particular pump which is high, the one before and after will not be high. If a particular pump is low, before and after will not be low. If a particular pump is medium level of contamination, before and after will not be. So, can only 2 consecutive pumps have same level of contamination, which is P7, P8. What can they be? Either they can be both high or they can be both medium. So, my thing is, even if you are doing the regular solution, please start making multiple cases parallelly. Okay. Then, statement 4, high contamination level was not recorded in any of the pumps from P16 to 20. High contamination pumps not recorded in any pumps from P16 to 20. So if I look at this P16 to 20, none of them is high. That means all of them have contamination level of low or medium. Okay. Okay. Statement 5, the number of pumps where high contamination level was recorded was twice the number of pumps where low contamination level was recorded. Okay. Number of pumps where high contamination level recorded is twice the number of pumps where low level of contamination recorded. So this is the information given in statement 5. Number of pumps with high is equal to twice the number of pumps with low. And we also know high plus medium plus low is equal to 20. So using this, you can do something. Secondly, if you go back to this statement number 3. 7, 8 are the only 2 consecutive number of pumps. What does that mean? Where contamination recorded? That means from P1 to P5, 3 high and 2 medium. The only way this is possible is that means high has to be alternate. Similarly, 3 high and 2 medium. And these are high. Next cannot be low because only P1 to P10, only P6 is low. Others are medium or high. So this can be medium and this will be high, high and medium. Okay. Okay. So that's the information we have. Now what does it mean? Now using these equations and the other thing, we will need to start making cases. Okay. हो जाएगा यार, लेकिन मजा नहीं आएगा, time लगेगा. What should we do? All we did was We deciphered. Who's going to do the identification. Let's go further. Okay? ये नहीं करना था, हमें ये करना था. Please remember, if you are doing without the questions, if you are not looking at the questions and identifying information, you are wasting your time. To me, this is the way we have to look at it. Now that we have identified the data, we have deciphered the data, let us look at the identification part. Question 1. Which of the following must be true? What does this mean? Must be true means there will be multiple cases and the statement, the correct answer will be true in all possible cases. This is clearly telling me multiple cases. Okay? This is telling me there can be multiple cases. Okay? So be ready for that. Okay? And if it is true, must be true. For example, if this is the answer, the contamination level of P12 was recorded, then it should be correct in all cases will show me P12 as high. If even one case shows me P12 as not high, then this statement cannot be true. So must be true means in all possible cases. Okay. Question number 2. What best can be said about the number of pumps at which contamination level was recorded as medium? Okay. This has numbers. Though it is also in range, at most 8, at least 8, exactly 8, more than 4. Even though there are numbers in range, this is still something which should be helpful to me. Why? Because of statement 5. We'll come to it. Okay. Third question. Contamination level at P, if a specific situation is given, was recorded as low. Which of the following must be true? That means true in all possible cases again. Statement 4. If contamination level at P15 was recorded as medium, then which of the following must be false? That means false in all possible cases. कैसे करना चाहिए? The right approach of doing this data set is first do question number 2. Why? Choices given, it will help you. Then you go to question number 3 or question number 4. And then you do question number 1. Why? When you're doing question number 3, one specific case is given and additional data point is there. Question number 4 is also giving you one additional data point. Using whatever case you create for this particular question, eliminate choices from question 1. Whatever case you create for question number 4, based on that, eliminate choices from question 1. So when you are doing question 3, question 1 भी होगा. When you are doing question 4, question 1 भी होगा. 3, 4 करने के बाद question 1 का आंसर अपने आप दिख जाएगा. That is the way you should approach this data set and not as this. This is a stupid way of doing this kind of a data set. Chalo, let's get started with the data first, with solving the first. But again, I'll just highlight the critical part. Must be true. Number of pumps at which contamination levels was recorded as medium. Okay. Contamination level at P11 was low. This is critical because this is an additional information which I'll use. Contamination level at P15 was recorded as medium. Which of the following must be true? Chalo, let's start with it now. Statement 1. Contamination level at 3 pumps among P1 to P15 was recorded as high. P1 to P5, sorry, not P1 to P15. So P1 to 5, it is 3 high. Okay. And for your reference, obviously in the exam I can't do it. Or for your reference, just highlighting it so that the demarcation is clear to you. Statement 2, P6 is the only pump among P1 and P10 where contamination level is low. So P60 is the only pump where contamination level is low from P1 to P10. Okay? P6 is the only pump from P1 to P10 where contamination level is low. That means इसको थोड़ा एडिटिंग करनी पड़ेगी आपको. इससे पहले मैं एक बार जाके अपना व्हाट्सएप बंद कर दूं. Okay, I'll do this part again now. Okay. So now let's do this. Now before we start solving it, I'll again just highlight what are the critical parts. Which of the following must be true? Okay. Statement 2, what best can be said about number of pumps in which contamination level was recorded as medium? Question number 3, contamination level at P11 was low. additional data point, we have to use it. And question number 4, P15 is recorded as medium. And as I said earlier, my approach would be to look at question number 2, then go to question 3 or 4, and then go to question number 1. And when I'm doing question 3 and 4, obviously question 1 is getting solved parallelly. Okay. Now, statement 1. Contamination level at 3 pumps among P1 to P5 was recorded as high. So P1 to P5, I'll just put this demarcation so that it's easy for all of you to pick up. Okay. So statement 1 has told me that P1 to 5, there are 3 highs. Okay. Contamination level of 3 pumps is high. Statement 2, P6 is the only pump amongst P1 to P10 where contamination level was low. P6 is the only one between P1 to P10. So for your reference, again, let me highlight this portion so that you're able to pick it up easily. Okay. P6 to P10, only pump which has got low contamination level is P6. Okay. Now, that means P1 to 10, only 6 is low. That means all others are going to be either high or medium. Now, that means P1 to P5 has got 3 highs and it should have 2 mediums. Okay. Okay. Right? P1 to P5, 3 highs, so 2 mediums. Okay. Next statement. P7, P8 are the only 2 consecutive numbered pumps where same level of contamination has been recorded. So only P7, P8 have the same level of contamination. What can it be? Either both can be high or both can be medium. So if P7, P8, both of them are high, that will be one case. If both of them are medium, that will be another case. So my job is, or my way of doing things is, मैं parallelly अपने second case भी बनाता जाता हूँ so that I don't have a problem. I don't want to create all cases later on. I'll start working on the cases parallelly. Okay. Now, these are the only 2 pumps where contamination level has been found to be consecutive. The only 2 consecutive numbered pumps with the same contamination level. What does that mean? Between P1, P5, or everywhere, if a particular pump is high, the next one or the one before it will have to be not high. And similarly for the others. So P1 to P5, we have 3 highs and 2 mediums. How can I get 3 highs in P1 to P5? That will be alternate. 1, 3, and 5. 1, 3, and 5 will be high. 1, 3, and 5 will be high. And the remaining 2 will be medium. Right? And what about 9, 10? If P8 is high, P9 will have to be medium, cannot be low because only P6 is low, and P10 will be high. Similarly, if P8 is medium, P9 will be high and P10 will be medium. So 2 cases we can see very clearly. Okay. High contamination levels were not recorded in any pump from P16 to 20. Again, for your reference, I'll just put this line so that it is easy for you to pick up. What does it say? P16 to 20, they are either low or they are medium. High contamination level is not recorded, so they can either be low or medium. Okay. The number of pumps, statement 5, the number of pumps. Okay, but one more thing. This means either it will be 3 low and 2 medium or 2 low and 3 medium because consecutive nahi ho sakte na. Okay. Statement C tells us no 2 consecutive pumps can have same level of contamination. So it will either be low, 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 or it will be medium, 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 and the other 2 will be the other one. Okay. So ये clear होना चाहिए. चलो, statement 5. The number of pumps where high contamination level was recorded was twice the number of pumps where low contamination level was recorded. Okay. Let me write it down. Okay. Just some space crunches here. So I'll just write down low or medium. This could be 3, 2 or 2, 3. Now, what is the last statement saying? High is twice of low. Can I say high plus low should be a multiple of 3? It should be some multiple of 3. Because instead of high, if I put 2 low, if I put high ki jagah 2L likh leta hun, it becomes 3L. So high plus low has to be a multiple of 3. Now you look at question number 2. Okay. Now let's go to question number 2, right? Because usne pucha number of pumps which are recorded as medium. Out of the medium, and you have high plus low. Okay. Now, first thing, look at the choices. Okay. If high plus low is a multiple of 3, so it can be 3, it can be 6, it can be 9, it can be 12, and so on and so forth. So medium can be 17, 14, and so on and so forth. So when the question, look at the choices. If the answer choice is more than 4, that means all numbers more than 4 will be applicable. Cannot be the answer. At least 8. Not possible. Because all numbers more than 8 are not acceptable. Because at least 8 means even 9 should satisfy, 10 should satisfy, 11 should satisfy. No. Which is not possible. This is also wrong. At most 9 again. At most 9 ka matlab kya? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All of and 9 will be acceptable? No. This should be the answer. Okay. So very easily with some logic, you can easily say, ye to 8 hi hoga. Okay. This is one way of doing the question. Alternate way. Let me give you an alternate way to look at this. Now, high. What is the minimum number of low you will get or high you will get? Let's say medium देखते हैं कितने हो सकते हैं. Medium कितने हैं? 1, 2, 3, and there will be at least 2 medium here, right? So if we have 5 medium, okay, at least 2 medium, and there can always be 1 or 2 mediums here also. So medium will be more than or equal to 5. That should be high plus low should be 15. Okay. Similarly, if you look at medium as next would be 8, because high plus low has to be a multiple of 3. So if 15 hai, the next one will be 12. Okay. Or let me put it this way. What are the possibilities? If we look at, okay, 5, 15, 8, 12, 11, and this will be 11 and 9. Okay. Now, please tell me, look at this scenario. What is the maximum number, minimum number of medium you are getting? You will get 1, 2, 3, at least 2 here, 5. Okay. You will get at least 5. So that means high plus low should be 15. Okay. And similarly, if you look at the other way around, which means what is the number of lows you are getting? Okay. Let's see. What are the number of lows you can get? Only 1 low here. And 2 plus 3. Another 3, 4. Okay. Is there any way you will get 11 medium? Let's see. What is the maximum number of mediums you can get? Minimum to 5 आ गया, चलो ठीक है. Maximum क्या आएगा? 1, 2, 3. You will get maximum of 3 here, 6, and 2 here, 8. The maximum number of medium you are getting is 8. How the 8? 1, 2, 3. You will get another 3 here, and another 2 to 3, another 2 to 3 here. So 1, 2, 3, even if I say 3 plus 3, 6, even then you'll get 9. So medium cannot be this. Okay. Similarly, if you look at the other part, so look at the other case also. How many medium? 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 plus 2 or 2 plus 3, 9. Okay. You cannot get more than 9 or 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, even if you say 3 mediums here and 3 mediums here, not possible, but let me take that case. 6 and 3, 9. You're getting maximum 9 mediums. So ye case to chala gaya hai. Okay. Now let's look at the 5. Can you get 5 medium? Okay. Let's see. Can you get 5 mediums? Let's see. Okay, I'm just erasing this part so that there's less confusion for all of us. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Now, if I say 4, 5, 6. Okay. 6 mediums. You'll get at least 6 mediums here. Okay. Or if I say, and there will be something here also. So even this is unlikely to be the case. So I can straight away say, even the other way, that the answer is going to be 8 out here by even putting cases. Okay? But to me, uski zarurat hi nahi thi. To me, at most 9 means all numbers greater than 9 should be satisfying. At least 8 means all numbers less than 8 should satisfy, and nahi ho sakta wo. And hence for me, as far as I am concerned, medium has to be equal to 8. So medium is 8. What will be high plus low? High plus low will be 12. And hence high will be 8 and low will be 4. So as far as I am concerned, using question number 2, I have been able to say that medium has to be 8, high has to be 4, 8 and low has to be 4. Okay. Now this is going to be my benchmark. Okay. Now what will I do? अब questions करते हैं. चलो 3 करें 4 करें चलो 4 कर लेते हैं पहले. Let's see which one to do for. Okay, let's look at the questions also. If contamination level at P11 if P11 is low, which of the following was यार ये मेरे को थोड़ा काम ज्यादा करना होगा. If P15 is medium, अगर P15 को medium कर दिया है, if you say P15 is medium, what does that mean? This has to be low. So this is a better question to start with. Question 4 is better item to start with because by doing question 4, by putting P15 as medium, I am able to get extra information for the next round also. So if I put P15 as medium in both the cases, it is also telling me P16 has to be low, P18 has to be low, P20 has to be low. Why? Because 16 to 20 is only low or medium. Okay. Now check how many medium are there or low are there. I have got 1, 2, 3, 4 lows. So question number 15 4 low आ गए हैं. Okay, how many medium? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So out here I need 2 more things. Okay, you can look at the second case also. So we'll let's look at finishing this case first and then we look at the second case. So how many medium? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need 2 more mediums and the remaining 2 will be high. So should I count high? No, I don't need to buy because अगर 4 लो है 8 मीडियम है तो बाकी 8 हाई तो होंगे ना. चेक करना फिर भी कर लेते हैं. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this case we have been able to satisfy. Okay. Now, what about the second case? Look at that also. How many low? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 lows is fine. How many medium here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out of these, now I already have 7 high, 7 medium, sorry. That means I can have only 1 more medium, no more lows. That means if I, out of these 4, if I have only 1 medium and the remaining 3 will have to be low, that means there will be consecutive lows. Sorry, consecutive highs. After all, in 4 के अंदर मैं एक ही medium अगर डाल सकता हूँ, that means the other 3 will have to be high and I will have to have 2 consecutive highs, not possible. So that means this case is wrong. I have to work only on the first case. Now look at the choices of question number 4. Contamination levels at P13 and 17 were recorded as the same. 13 and 17. 13 is medium, 17 is medium. We are looking for false. Yes, the statement is correct. Hence, this cannot be the answer. Second statement. Contamination levels at 11, 16 were the same. Okay, 11 and 16 are the same. 11 is medium, 16 is low. So statement 2 is also incorrect. Oh, sorry. Medium and low. So this can be the answer. This is incorrect. So it can be the answer. So hold on with this. Statement 3. P10 and 14 were recorded as the same. P10 and 14 recorded as the same. 10 is high, 14 is high. Yes, statement 3 is correct. So it cannot be the answer. Statement 4. P14 recorded a higher level than 15. P14 recorded a higher level than 15. Yes, P14 is high, P15 is medium. So statement 4 is also correct. And hence cannot be the answer. So as we found out earlier, statement 2 should be the correct answer. Now what do? Go to question 1. भूलो मत question 1 भी तो करना हमें. So let's start looking at the cases. Contamination level at P12 was recorded as high. It is medium. Okay. P12 is recorded as high. Yes, P12 is recorded as high. What does this mean? This can be the answer we are looking for. Must be true. So hold on with this choice. Okay. That does not mean this is the answer. Because this thing must be true. We have looked at only one case. So I'm not eliminating. If it does not satisfy, I'll eliminate. But if it satisfies, संभाल के रखो, बाद में cases और देखते हैं. Okay, so we are holding on with this one. Statement 2, contamination level at P3 was recorded as low. P13 तो medium है. That means statement 2 is wrong in one case, so it cannot be the answer. It must be true. It must be true in all cases. Statement 2 is wrong, incorrect in one case, so it cannot be the answer. So statement 2 gone. Statement 3. Contamination level at P20 was recorded as medium. P20 is recorded as low. What does that mean? This cannot be the answer, because if it must be true, it must be true in all cases. It is not true in one case. That means it cannot be the answer. Statement 4. Contamination level in P10 was recorded as high. Yes, P10 is recorded as high in this particular case. Okay? Because the other case we had already eliminated based on question number 4. So what does it mean? 2 and 3 are out, and we need to worry about the next question now. Okay. So what will I do? I will now look at the remaining case, next question also, because the next question has another set of data for it. Okay. Remember, this was filled up based on the information given in the question. Okay, 16 to 20 को फिर line मार देते हैं थोड़ा सा. Okay. Now come to question number 3. Contamination level in P11 was recorded as which of the following must be true? P11 is recorded as medium, as low. Okay, P11 is low. Both the cases. Okay, P11 is low. How many lows are there? 1 and 2. And in this we will get at least 2 lows. If we'll get at least 2 lows out of these, that means 4 lows will be done. That means low has to be in these 2. Similarly for the second one. So how many lows? 1, 2, 3, 4 lows done. 1, 2, 3, 4 lows done. Okay. And how many medium required? 8. How many medium are here? 1. Oh, 16. कुछ गलती कर दी मैंने. 16 and 19 होगा ना? हाँ. How stupid of me. How many mediums? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 2 more mediums for it to become 8 mediums. This cannot be a medium. 15 cannot be a medium. So 14 and 12 will be medium. And the remaining 2 will be high. सब फिट हो गया. Second case को देख लेते हैं. How many mediums are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. क्या मतलब? मीडियम 8 हो गए. That means all 4 will have to be high. ये second case ही गलत है. यानी पहले भी remember for question 15 also this case was wrong. So I can say this case is definitely wrong. Don't even worry about it. For all practical purposes, we have only the first case with us. Okay. Now we'll do question number 1 करेंगे. 3 करेंगे. 1 कर लेते हैं पहले. Okay. The contamination level of P12 was recorded as high. In the last question, we recorded it as high. Now, what does it say? P11 in the contamination, sorry, P12, not 11. P12, galat aa gaya na. In one case, it is wrong, so it cannot be true in all cases. That means question 1 ये गलत है. Question 3 और 4 के भरोसे question 1 हमने solve कर लिया. चलो, आगे चलते हैं. Now look at question number 3. The contamination level at P12 was recorded as high. We are looking for must be true. That means P12 for us is medium in this particular case. That means statement 1 cannot be the answer. Statement 2, contamination level at P13, 18 was low. P18 should be low. P18 is medium. If P18 is medium, that means statement 2 also cannot be the answer because we are looking for something which is true. Statement 3, contamination level at P15 was medium. P15 तो high है भाई. P15 is high. So that means statement 3 is also incorrect and cannot be the answer. So the answer should be 4, but let's verify. Statement 4, what does it say? Contamination level at P14 was medium. P14 is medium. Perfectly fine. That means the correct answer here should be statement 4. So I hope this helps you understand how to work with Jugaad. Starting point मेरा ये सवाल था. And then rather than doing question 1, which wants me to make all cases, I started with question 3 and 4. Did these questions and simultaneously kept on eliminating choices from question 1 because it says must be true. If it is must be true, it has to be true in all possible cases. एक केस में भी स्टेटमेंट गलत होती, निकालते गए आंसर आ गया अपने पास. So this is the Jugaad approach of solving question. You make tables based on the questions. You only do what the questions ask you. What is the logic? What is it most students will do? सारे केसेस बना लेंगे ना उठा के, एंड टाइम बर्बाद करेंगे. मैं उतना ही बनाऊंगा जितना सवाल ने बोला मुझे. दैट इज जुगाड़. Okay. So I hope this helps you, and if there is anything else you need help on in this area, and otherwise, then feel free to connect with us. My phone number is 9811155160, and my email ID is gp@careerlauncher.com. So, yes, please don't forget to comment and tell me what else you want me to cover. I'll try to cover all kind of stuff, and yes, I'll be doing Jugaad also as we Jugaad of Quant also as we go along. And don't forget to enroll for or register for the race to 99 sessions or second and third also. Okay. And if you like this, you can always look at enrolling for DILR 1000, where you'll see more such stuff. And it is DILR 1000 is anchored by me, by Gautam Bawa and Ravi Teja. And हम लोग को जुगाड़ ज़्यादा पसंद है. We believe that it is very, very helpful. And I'm sure in these sessions which we have done so far, you have seen कि जुगाड़ हो जाता है अगर थोड़ा सा काम करोगे तो. Okay. So if you want to learn more of this stuff, you can join DILR 1000. And that's it from my side. Good night. Thank you very much. All the best.